body on the shot. Go, Georgia Southern!
For two once again.
And the Savannah has a touchdown. Eagles take the lead.
Long shot and blocked by Karen Shack.
Here Georgia Southern with a strike from the outside corner. And it's in! Eagle Nation, welcome into this week's edition of Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. Alongside Colin Lacey, I'm Danny Reed. Now, this first segment is going to sound a bit like an erased chalkboard because Eagle football all last week was getting set for its first ever matchup against Florida Atlantic. But in this opening segment, brought to you by Optum Orthopedic, we found out last Friday morning, Colin, game just wasn't able to be played.
We talked about it a little bit on last week's edition of Blue White Weekly, how on Tuesday FAU had their practice shut down due to COVID concerns. They returned to the field on Wednesday, and pretty much the duration of the week, you were hoping that FAU was going to be making the trip to Statesboro. But as you mentioned, about 10:30 on Friday morning, that wasn't going to be the case as the announcement came out that Georgia Southern and FAU being postponed.
That afternoon, Director of Athletics Jared Benko did have a chance to address the local media regarding the postponement of Florida Atlantic.
You know, I got a call on Monday evening. I was actually on the way to the women's soccer game, and FAU called and said they had a uptick in positive tests and that they were concerned about being here on Saturday. And so I just encouraged them, obviously, to keep me posted as the week progressed. They were testing 3 times, I believe Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday, and there's about a 24-hour turnaround. And so we had communication throughout the week, and then I got a call this morning that they went from, I believe, 11 positives to added at least 7 more, and we're still getting results in. And so due to that and due to their conversations with their student health center, they informed me they were not coming here tomorrow for the game. So we've had dialogue with them and working towards a rescheduling of December 5th is what we're shooting for right now. The conference office, at least the Sun Belt, has approved that. I believe they've already had conversations with Conference USA, and we're going to try to work towards that date right now.
This is a frustrating situation for a schedule that had already been cut down 1 game, losing Boise State and Ole Miss, but gaining Army. But you look at the fact that Georgia Southern not only lost a game, not only lost a home game, but Colin, this was supposed to be on ESPN. Eagle football has not had a Saturday home game on the mothership since Irk Russell's last game in 1989, but per our conversations before, if you can't do it safely, you can't do it responsibly, in the COVID era, you can't do it at all.
And you hope Georgia Southern would not be affected by it as far as game cancellations are concerned. But you look at the entirety of college football, through the first 3 weeks in the college football world, you've had 16 games postponed. And so it's not something exclusive to Georgia Southern. You hope Georgia Southern would not be affected by it, but at the end of the day, this is something that Georgia Southern has to deal with as well.
Now, the hope is this game gets played on December the 5th. That's the only other option these two could have played in 2020, but that is contingent on what each does in conference play. Of course, Florida Atlantic in Conference USA, Georgia Southern in the Sun Belt, with each league's championship game scheduled to take place on December the 5th, so that is subject to change. Another part, this is a home and home, so if it doesn't get played in 2020, the schools will have to get together and figure out a future date, though the two teams do play in Boca Raton in 2021. We come back from this timeout on Blue White Weekly. We will take a look at what used to be known as the Eagle Fund as Blue White Weekly continues.
It's back. The return of the prestigious Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, honoring college sports excellence across all competitive divisions, both men's and women's sports. Follow along with L Directors Cup on Twitter or online to see which schools will be taking home a first-place trophy in June for their season-long success. Learfield IMG College Directors Cup, a premier institutional award jointly launched in 1993 by USA Today and NACDA.
You never know what's around the corner. That's why Ford is built for what's next. Rough terrain, we can help tackle it. A lot going on around you, we can help you focus. driver in your blind spot? We can help you spot them. And to help you prepare for what's next, your local Ford dealers are offering great deals on America's best-selling brand. Now, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 trade assist cash on a 2020 Escape, Edge, or Explorer.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average, while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands.
Hi, I'm Paul Newman with Statesboro Real Estate, the broker and owner, also co-owner of PMG Rentals, which is a property management company. As a Georgia Southern graduate in 2005, I got into real estate fresh out of school and was excited to have the opportunity to be the official real estate agent of Georgia Southern Athletics. I would say what sets me apart is the drone and online marketing presence that Statesboro Real Estate has to offer. Statesboro is such a small town and just has a really cool feel to it, and it's neat to see somebody at the grocery store or at the ball fields and know that you've helped them in the past and have the opportunity to continue to help them pursue their dream home. PMG Rentals is a great value adder to Statesboro Real Estate for the fact that if you're a renter, we can show you houses to buy in the future, and also if you're an investor, you can purchase with us and then lean to PMG as your property management for the future. Whether you're looking to buy an investment property, have it professionally managed with PMG Rentals, buying your first home, or buying your dream home, make sure you call Paul.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look into Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Ford, go further. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. The present and future of Georgia Southern athletics is largely dependent upon the generosity of you, the Eagle Nation. But as we find out in this week's feature story presented by Ford from some of the major names in the history of Eagle football, we now know that that fundraising arm is named after the guy that started it all.
Yeah, when we first got here with the staff, we talked about, what embodies, Georgia Southern athletics. Not just football, but every program in our department. When you look at the qualities that he embodied, the blue collar, the servant mindset, the do-right culture, I can go on and on and on. And so really, he embraced in totality what we want our department, our student athletes to embody and live out every day. And so what better way to recognize Coach Russell than to rename our annual fund for him that represents annual giving for every sport on campus.
We were all baptized in beautiful Eagle Creek with his do-right culture and GATA attitude, and certainly his persistent, just one more time approach to everything.
Oh wow, he means everything. We were talking about traditions, we were talking about yellow buses, but man, nothing, none of that would have even been possible without Coach Russell.
The lore and the history of Irk Russell and what he did for that program really just paved a path for all of us that coached there. Having the opportunity to coach at Georgia Southern and be able to say that I wore those same colors and walked in the same shoes with a legend like him, really incredible.
That was a right recognition for us, and really ultimately becomes our North Star. Because if you think about his time here, and when he got here to where Georgia Southern is right now, there's absolutely no one that would argue that he's largely responsible for that. And so to me, when you think about our North Star and who we're going to make sure our values and you look at our alignment going forward, it's going to be around his principles, which if you think about our Russell Fund, we look at the various membership levels, they're all part of his sayings or mantras that he had as a coach here.
He was the integral part of what made us go. He was able to pull all the people together, and I don't think anybody else could have pulled all the entities together at one time. He pulled the players, then he pulled the community, then he pulled the schools.
He's now a storybook figure, and what's funny about it is, you start hearing those tales, you start hearing those legends, but you know it's true because you just see how much former players, you see how much this community, you see how much this university really loved Coach Russell. So he means everything to the program.
And so we're going to make sure that he's in the forefront of everything we do. And the annual fund is the lifeblood of our department. It provides scholarship dollars for our student athletes. It provides opportunities to expand our programming and facilities here on campus. And so what better out-facing way than to recognize our annual fund through Coach Russell.
When we return, we take a look at some Georgia Southern soccer and volleyball as Blue White Weekly continues.
What's important now, more than ever, is making sure you are connected. Bullock Solutions is Statesboro's partner in high-speed internet, phone, and smart home technology with residential and commercial solutions. We continue to move forward and are here to get you connected.
Optum Health System's commitment to you has not changed. Unmatched safety and compassionate care. Others may talk about the new normal, but at Optum Health System, we've always provided high-quality, personalized care safely. If you have recently delayed your care, we want to reassure you we are prepared to care for you. Our absolute commitment to safe, high-quality, personalized care is stronger than ever. We welcome you back to Optum Health System.
The great thing about joining the Sun Belt for Georgia Southern was, that opportunity for our guys to go experience bowl games. They're able to fight for a conference championship each and every year, and then have the opportunity to go finish the season off with a bowl victory.
Our team recreated each moment in a way that honors the story and retells the story for many generations to come. From the beginning, we've always just wanted to build something that honored Georgia Southern, and they'll stand the test of time.
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average, while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands.
What's important now, more than ever, is making sure you are connected. Bullock Solutions is Statesboro's partner in high-speed internet, phone, and smart home technology with residential and commercial solutions. We continue to move forward and are here to get you connected.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look into Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Ford. Go further. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. It is time to talk Olympic sports. And Colin, the soccer teams finally made it to the pitch.
Head coach John Murphy and Georgia Southern men's soccer, nobody happier than to be on the pitch than them. But you started off against South Carolina up in Columbia this past Saturday, falling 2-0 to the Gamecocks. They will open up their home slate tonight on Saturday, a 7 o'clock kickoff against UAB. Georgia Southern women's soccer gets things started last week, as we mentioned, but had a game on Sunday against Appalachian State to start off Sun Belt Conference play, and we take a look back at those highlights now. Georgia Southern opens up Sun Belt Conference play over at Eagle Field in Erk Park on Sunday afternoon against Appalachian State. App State would get the scoring started in the 29th minute of the game as Lenny Brantley finds Mary Perkins, who finds the back of the net, and it would be a 1-0 lead for the Mountaineers. Crazy second goal by the Mountaineers is a lot of traffic in front, but officially it goes Drew Hallam onto the foot of Olivia Cohen for the second Mountaineer goal, that coming with just seconds left in the first half. As we move on into the second half, Appalachian State would add another to make it 3-0 after a handball by Georgia Southern in the box. Mary Perkins would line up for the PK and would knock it home and give App State the 3-0 lead. And that's where your final score would sit. App State 3, Georgia Southern 0 to open up Sun Belt Conference play. Georgia Southern women's soccer would then turn their attention to the Mercer Bears coming in Thursday night, 20th meeting all time between the schools, and it would be the final non-conference home game for Georgia Southern. Mercer would get the scoring started 9 minutes into the ball game as Aaliyah Kitchens would find Allie Fordham for the header. It finds the back of the net and puts Mercer up 1-0. Sarah Story gets the start in goal, her first career start as a Georgia Southern Eagle, outside of the goal in the 9th minute by the Mercer Bears. Story would knock away 2 key saves in the ball game to keep Georgia Southern in it. 4 Eagles make their season debut on Thursday against the Mercer Bears as Maddie Clintworth, Taylor Regensberger, Alejandra Garcia, and Marcela Montoya all make their first appearances of 2020. Georgia Southern totals 7 shots on the ball game, putting 6 on goal. A couple of big opportunities towards the end of the first half would be thwarted by the Mercer Bears, and Mercer would escape Statesboro with a 1-0 win over Georgia Southern through rainy conditions over at Eagle Field in Irk Park.
And as for Georgia Southern volleyball, this weekend was supposed to open the campaign against Appalachian State. That now is not going to happen. Head coach Chad Willis releasing a statement, quote, "Clearly we're disappointed not to be opening up our season this weekend. We consistently talk as a team about focusing on controlling what we can control, and unfortunately this is one of those situations where that's not the case. We'll continue to press forward, focusing on working hard and getting better each day, and when the opportunity presents itself, our team is ready to compete." Speaking of Georgia Southern volleyball, we visit with the head man, Chad Willis, on this week's edition of Coach's Corner, when Blue White Weekly continues.
Are you suffering from hip or knee pain? Don't let the pain hold you back. The region's most experienced robotic joint replacement team at Optum Health System offers an individually tailored approach that is more precise and creates smaller incisions. For you, that can mean a faster recovery with less pain. Your comeback starts here. Call today to find out if robotic-assisted joint replacement is right for you.
The great thing about joining the Sun Belt for Georgia Southern was, that opportunity for our guys to go experience bowl games. They're able to fight for a conference championship each and every year, and then have the opportunity to go finish the season off with a bowl victory.
Our team recreated each moment in a way that honors the story and retells the story for many generations to come. From the beginning, we've always just wanted to build something that honored Georgia Southern, and they'll stand the test of time.
You never know what's around the corner. That's why Ford is built for what's next. Rough terrain, we can help tackle it. A lot going on around you, we can help you focus. Driver in your blind spot, we can help you spot them. And to help you prepare for what's next, your local Ford dealers are offering great deals on America's best-selling brand. Now, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 trade assist cash on a 2020 Escape, Edge, or Explorer.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average, while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look into Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Ford, go further. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Welcome back onto this week's edition of Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. As we step into Hanner Fieldhouse for this week's edition of Coach's Corner, we sit down with head volleyball coach Chad Willis. And Coach, appreciate you joining us.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me, Colin.
One of the things that I'm sure has gotten you through over the last 6 months is something that you really base this program on, the 4 pillars of your program. Take us through what those mean to this program.
Sure, yeah. These are, as you mentioned, pillars. We call them cornerstones. They're really what our program's anchored in terms of what we're trying to build as a culture, as a team. And those are academic integrity, athletic excellence, leadership development, and then serving others.
One of the big parts in a pitch for recruiting for you guys has been the addition of a practice gym. What does that do for this program?
I mean, it's a game changer for us. Hanner is a great facility. One of the things that we often talk about is, it's really easy to be an 8 to 11 practice player. Come in every morning, focus on the 3 hours that you're in the gym. But what really separates the elite and great players from just, the average and the good ones are the time that you spend outside of that 8 to 11 block, and not only how you train, but how you take care of your body, what you do.
When you turn the attention to 2020, you returned 4 of your top 5 attackers from last year, only losing Carly Turner. What does that do to have that nucleus back?
I think it's great. You know, in terms of our sport, and we talk about a lot in the numbers, you know, 17 sort of that magic number for us, and that's the amount of points that we're looking to earn. So we're looking at all the returning attackers that we have, plus, you know, the addition of some of the freshmen we have coming in, and then clearly what Madison Brown is being able to do as sort of our quarterback on the opposite side of the ball, to be able to score more points, put up some more numbers offensively in hopes that we can get to that 17 threshold.
2020 being year 2 for you and the staff, what's the biggest jump that you look for from year 1 to year 2?
We focused a lot on really honing in on relationships and good communication and how to handle conflict and embrace that. So now in year 2, I'm really looking for us to start to make those strides in the gym. Now that we know what the standard is every single day for how we're going to come in and work, okay, let's start seeing, you know, how that plays into some of the results that we're hopefully going to see this year. And so really excited just to have an opportunity to compete, but to see us take a big step forward this year as a program.
One of the things that you and I talked about going back to last year is you guys made a concerted effort to play a lot of young players. What's the biggest thing that you've seen growth-wise from that?
I think it's just the maturity. You know, there's something to be said for experience. We did play a lot of young players last year, and I know it was frustrating at times from an execution standpoint. You know, we're in a better place. We're a little bit more experienced, a little bit more mature to be able to handle certain situations and know when we actually need to go for it and have the ability to score a point versus, okay, when can we take a little off, better this ball, give our defense, give our block an opportunity, give us another chance to sort of get back after it. We're really fortunate that we've got a lot of pieces back from last year who logged a lot of sets for us, a lot of game experience that I look is going to take us another step forward this season.
Finally, before we let you go, what's the expectations that you and the staff have for 2020 for this squad?
Yeah, it's been our mantra since we got here, and that's pursue excellence. You know, every single day, Colin, take an opportunity to get a little bit better. I feel if we reverse back and go look on day one of the things I'm really proud of as a program is every single day I feel like we're doing something to make us a little bit better. So that's going to continue to be the focus. That's going to continue to be the push. Come in every single day, control the things that we can control, attitude, effort, actions towards others, really get after it, get in the gym every single day so that we can focus on just getting a little bit better.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck this year.
Thanks, Colin. Hail Southern.
Once again, that's head coach Chad Willis for Georgia Southern Volleyball. We'll return with more Blue White Weekly right after this.
This is it. This is the day we work for. All the months of preparation, all the hard work. Blue collar, discipline, toughness. That is what has led to this moment. There are people out there that tell you you can't do it. But what do we say to that? G-A-T-A! They will tell you you're not fast enough. They'll tell you you're not strong enough. But what do we say to that? G-A-T-A! They will tell you you can't have it, you don't deserve it. But what do we say to that? G-A-T-A! Get after those assets.
So you'd like to open a checking account today?
You never know what's around the corner. That's why Ford is built for what's next. Rough terrain, we can help tackle it. A lot going on around you, we can help you focus. Driver in your blind spot, we can help you spot them. And to help you prepare for what's next, your local Ford dealers are offering great deals on America's best-selling brand. Now, get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 trade assist cash on a 2020 Escape, Edge, or Explorer.
At Georgia Power, our customers are at the center of everything we do. We're investing in technology to increase the resiliency of our power grid, expanding our infrastructure to shorten outage and repair time, and providing a cleaner, more diverse fuel mix with solar and nuclear energy. We're working hard to keep energy at a cost 15% below the national average, while maintaining the highest levels of customer service and satisfaction. With reliable energy, the future is in your hands.
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Welcome back to Blue White Weekly, your weekly look into Georgia Southern athletics. Presented by Ford. Go further. Georgia Power, a Southern company.
Welcome back to this week's edition of Blue White Weekly, your weekly look inside Georgia Southern athletics. And for Eagle football, it is the start of Sun Belt Conference play, but it's also the first road trip of 2020. And the virtue of having this on Saturday this year is that in just a couple of minutes, you could turn over to ESPN2 and watch the Eagles take on the number 19 Ragin' Cajuns. Colin, Georgia Southern is trying to knock off a top 25 team for the third consecutive year.
And we've talked about it the last couple of weeks, how the Cajuns are ranked for the first time since the 1940s in their program. But this is a Cajuns team that we've talked about atop the Sun Belt Conference for the last couple of years, and this may be one of the most scariest Ragin' Cajuns team that you're going to see.
And the funny thing is, you ask the Cajuns, they haven't even played that well, despite being 2-0 on the road to start a season for the first time ever. They beat number 23 Iowa State 31-14, outscoring the Cyclones 21-0 in the second half. And then last weekend in Atlanta at Turner Field, they were down 2 scores in the third quarter, but rallied for a 34-31 victory in overtime, led by Offensive Player of the Week Elijah Mitchell, 164 yards on just 16 carries and 2 touchdowns.
And he is a guy that we've talked about for many, many years down in Acadiana. He's a guy that we've talked about leading the three-headed monster on offense for the Ragin' Cajuns. When you tie in Georgia Southern to this game, you're going to have all 3 of the returning guys in Sun Belt Conference play that had 2,000 yards in their career, in Elijah Mitchell, Trey Regis, and also Shy Wertz. And so seeing so many different offense weapons on both sides of the ball is going to be a lot of fun down at Cajun Field in just a few moments.
And the quarterback, Levi Lewis, isn't much of a slouch either. He set a school record with more than 3,000 yards passing last year. 26 touchdowns was a school record, only 4 INTs. He was one of only 2 quarterbacks in the country playing this year as well that boasted those numbers. The other is Heisman candidate Justin Fields at Ohio State. Now for Louisiana, they run a 3-man front, but they will rotate between 4 linebackers and 5 defensive backs. The guy that makes them go is outside linebacker Joe Dillon. Now, he didn't play last week in Atlanta, but he is only 2 sacks away, Colin, from setting the school record.
There's a lot of weapons. We talked about the offensive side just moments ago, but on the defensive side, there's so many weapons on this Louisiana team and a lot of experience with this Louisiana team. You see guys that come in. You mentioned Joe Dillon not in the lineup last week against Georgia State. They had to fill that with Chauncey Manac. He comes in and has a heck of a game. So many weapons for this Louisiana team.
Number 19 Ragin' Cajun football is waiting for Georgia Southern as the Eagles try to knock off the highest-ranked team in Sun Belt Conference history. It's coming up in literally moments. You can switch over to ESPN2 once we get finished here with Blue White Weekly. Our thanks, as always, to the fine folks at the Multimedia Development Center for their outstanding work on production. For Colin Lacey, this is Danny Reed. You've been watching this week's edition of Blue White Weekly.